Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Die Tryin Inferno. And yep, as promised, I'm here reviewing the third 50 Cent album, which is called Get Rich or Die Tryin. Now, I got a little bit of info right off the bat. Most of you believe this was his debut studio album. Nope, it's not this one. Well, I put it like this. This was his official major studio debut album to be released. So here's what I mean by that. Prior to this album coming out, another album was supposed to be his debut album, and that one was called Power of the Dollar. So this is his actual first debut studio album, but this one was unreleased. Now, at this point in time, 50 was under Columbia Records, and this was supposed to come out in the year 2000. However, the album's release was canceled after Columbia discovered that 50 Cent was shot 9 times 2 months prior the album was set to be released. So remember, 50 got shot up 9 times. So yeah, there you go with that. And because of this, 50 was dropped from the label. Now, subsequently, the album was heavily bootlegged, and it features guest appearances from Destiny's Child, Noriega, Dave Hoyster, Bun B, and the Mad Rapper. Now, and the production was handled by Trackmasters, Red Spider, Shaw Shelf, DJ Scratch, and Eric Summit, among others. Now, this album also contained one track that was in his Get Rich or Die Tryin album, that is Your Life's on the Line. Also on this album was the ever talked about How to Rob. So that was the track where 50 Cent basically dissed everybody. And yeah, so yeah, that's the album that contained that track right there. Now we're gonna move on from Power the Dollar. We're gonna go on with his actual debut album that was actually released officially, that is, and that is Get Rich or Die Tryin. So this album came out February 6, 2003 by Aftermath Entertainment under a joint venture with Shady Records and distribution by Interscope Records. Its initial planned release was pushed 7 days ahead due to heavy bootlegging and internet leakage. The album was produced by Dr. Dre and Eminem and features guest appearances from Eminem, Nate Dogg, and G-Unit Associates. You know, and we'll get more of that later. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 872,000 copies in its first week. It generated 4 singles, including, and we'll get more of that later. And the album sold 8.4 million copies in the US and is certified 6 times platinum by the RIAA. Upon its release, the album received favorable reviews from most music critics and was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album, losing to, no, not a Kanye joint, Outkast's Speaker Box / The Love Below at the 46th Grammy Awards. It's ranked number 37 on the Rolling Stones list of best albums of the 2000s. So there you go with that. So let's look at all the producers involved. So we got 50 Cent, who was the executive producer, along with Dr. Dre and Eminem, both from executive producers as well. Sean Blaze, not just Blaze, but Sean Blaze. We also got, how you pronounce this one? We're gonna go with Darrell Branch, Dirty Swift, DJ Rad, Terrence Dudley, Mike Elizondo, I had to like really look at the screen, John J. Praise Freeman, Megahertz, Red Spider, Reef, Rockwaller, Shaw Money XL, who was also executive producer, believe it or not. And was there any other producers? Did I got Louise? I think I did say Louise already. No, I did not say Louise. So yeah, let me get his name out there. Louise Resto, who was added in one of the songs. We got Mr. Porter, and that should, no, wait, yeah, I think I did say Dirty Swift. Yes, I did say Dirty Swift, and that is it. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let me get on with the charts for this album and the things of that nature. Get that out the way. My stomach hurt actually, but let's get back on track here. Oh my gosh, the charts. I get more on the charts in a minute. So worldwide though, I mentioned how in the US it sold 8.4 million copies. Worldwide it sold 14 million. So it was double platinum by the ARIA, platinum by the BEA, 3 times triple platinum basically by the BPI, gold by the BVMI and the IFPI SWE, platinum by the IFPI SWI. So those 2 different things. Platinum by the IRMA, 8 times platinum by MC, and double platinum by RMNZ. So there you go with that. Now for the charts. And again, I'm afraid to look at the charts for this, the album and the singles, but we're gonna get, especially if you recall the Massacre. Oh my God. So yeah, there you go. Oh, okay, here we go. Wow, that's a lot of charts right here. And actually there's some more certifications as well. We'll get to that in a second. So let's get for the charts. The Australian album charts, number 4, 16th in the Austrian album charts, number 3 in the Belgium albums, where Ultra Top Flanders, 14th in the Ultra Top Wallonia, number 1 in the Canadian albums, number 6 in the Danish albums, number 5 in the Dutch albums, number 11 in the Finnish. Is that how you pronounce it? It's not Finnish, because there's 2 N's. Finnish album charts, 12th on the French album charts, 4th on the German album charts, 3rd in the Greek foreign album charts, 17th in the Hungarian album charts, 13th in the Italian album charts, 3rd in the New Zealand album charts, 5th in the Norwegian album charts, along with the Scottish album charts, 8th in the Swedish and Swiss album charts, 2nd in the UK album charts, and number 1 in the US Billboard 200. I already mentioned that already. Now, by the end of the year 2013, it was 51st in the Australian album charts, 17th in the UK album charts, and still number 1 in the US Billboard 200. And keep in mind, this album came out February 6, 2003. So you mean to me by the end of the year it was number 1? That is amazing. Now by the end of the 2014 year, it was number 99 on the UK album charts and 102nd on the US Billboard charts. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's look at these certifications, because again, there's some here that I didn't name off. So, and just to save time and name them again in case I didn't, like the ones that don't look familiar for me. The BEA was platinum. I think I named that one already. The SNEP, that one was gold, along with the BVMI and the ILPI Greece. Platinum, we got IRMA, called it platinum. The RIAJ gave it a gold. The RMNZ gave it double platinum. The ILPI Norway gave it gold. NLPF gave it 5 times platinum. GLF, basically golf, gave it gold. The ILPI Switzerland gave it platinum. And yeah, and the ILPI by itself, not Norway, not Switzerland, nothing like that, just the flat out ILPI gave it platinum. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's get on with the singles. And actually, you know what, before we get on with the singles, let's talk about, there's 2 tracks I want to cover real quick that are a part. Actually, before we get to singles, let's look at the track listings. Dang, I'm jumping ahead here. So let's look at the track listings for this album. Now there are 19 tracks and there's only 1 skit, which is the intro. That's it. So what that means is I can give you guys a top 5, not a top 3. And actually, there's a producer I missed. Rob Reef. No, I did say Reef. Okay, never mind. So anywho, first track is called Intro. That's the only one. That's the only skit. That's only like 6-7 seconds, whatever. Second track is What Up Gangsta. Y'all know that one. What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsta? That one right there. Track number 3 is called Patiently Rating, featuring Eminem, followed by Many Men, and then in parentheses, Risk Death. Track number 5 is Yo, 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 Go Shawty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. You know we about to party like it's your birthday. But you know we don't give a fuck that it's your birthday. You find me in the club. Yes, in the club. So that's track number 5. We get more on that track later. Track number 6 is called High All The Time, followed by Heat. Track number 8 is called If I Can't. Another good track. Track number, a single by the way. Track number 9 is called Bloodhound, featuring Young Buck, followed by Back Down, and then we got Cause I'm a motherfucking PIMP. Yes, PIMP. Another single followed by Like My Style, featuring Tony Yayo. Track number 13 is called Poor Lil Rich, Followed by track number 14, 21 Questions featuring Nate Dogg. More on that track later. Track number 15 is called Don't Push Me featuring Lloyd Banks and Eminem again. Followed by Gotta Make It to Heaven. Followed by Wanksta. Now we get to the bonus tracks. There are 3 bonus tracks on this album. Wanksta is 1. Followed by track number 18, You, the letter U, Not Like Me, and then Life's on the Line. I already mentioned that track already. Now there are additional tracks here. We released bonus tracks where there's a PIMP remix featuring Snoop Dogg, Lloyd Banks, and Young Buck. I think I recall hearing that one. Then we got a Japanese release bonus track, which is the In the Club instrumental and Soldier Freestyle, which featured the entire G Unit at that time. And then we got the UK bonus CD, which is the In the Club Acapella. Oh man, they must have had a lot of fun with that one. Now we can get to the singles. But before we get to the singles, let's get to the 2 bonus tracks. And the first one we go get to is Wanksta. And the reason why I want to get to, let's get to Yours Life on the Line. So basically, this song again was off his actual debut album, Power of the Dollar, but it was never released officially. So, and this song was released as the 3rd and final single from that album in 1999, actually October 12, 1999, and peaked at number 37 on the Billboard Hot Rap Singles charts. It contains a diss towards rapper Ja Rule and his record label Murder Inc. And we all know about the beef between 50 and Ja. So there you go with that. Now let's take a look at, and apparently there was a music video for this. So I already talked about the charts. That's the only chart that this song was on, thank goodness. So yeah, now with that out the way, let's get on to the song that really put him on the map in my opinion. That's Wanksta. Now this song, even though it was on Get Rich or Die Tryin', but it made its appearance elsewhere. It was it came out November 6, 2002, and it was the 2nd single from the 8 Mile soundtrack. So yeah, there you go with that. And it was also number 13 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. And the song originally, even though it was on the 8 Mile soundtrack, the song Wanksta originally appeared on 50 Cent's mixtape No Mercy No Fear, which came out August 2002. So there you go with that. Now let's see. I see a background for this song. And Get Rich or Die Tryin' was 50 Cent's first single to chart. So before it was an album, it was actually a song. After he signed up with Eminem and Dr. Dre's labels, Shady Records and Aftermath Entertainment, as well as his first single since the 1999 song Thug Love. Originally appearing on, and I already talked about that, this song received a lot of airplay and was eventually added to the 8 Mile soundtrack. It was, and then it was a bonus track like I said. The song's lyrics are believed to be directed towards longtime nemesis Ja Rule, but 50 Cent disputed this himself in a Much Music interview, stating that the song was not directed against Ja Rule, and then I quote, but Ja Rule is a Wanksta. Now Eminem also made a remix in 2003 aimed at Ja Rule and tweaked the beat to sound high pitch, and that song appeared on the CD single box set The Singles. And the R&B group Black, oh my gosh, I used to love them, recorded an answer song entitled No Ganksta, Ganksta, and they did that in 2003. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, oh wow, look at the charts. There's only 3 of them. It was 13 on the US Billboard Hot 100. I think I said that already. Number 4 on the US Billboard Hot R&B/hip hop singles and tracks, and number 3 in the US Billboard Hot Rap tracks. So let's get Wanksta out the way and let's finally get on to his actual single, shall we? His first single is In the Club. So this one came out January 7th, 2003. And it received praise from the critics at the 46 Grammy Awards. It was nominated for Best Male Rap Solo Performance and Best Rap Song. The song's music video won Best Rap Video and Best New Artist at the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards. In 2009, the single was listed at number 24 in Billboard's Hot 100 Songs of the Decade. It was listed at number 13 in Rolling Stone's Best Songs of the Decade. And in 2010, it was ranked 448th in Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time. It is considered by many to be one of 50 Cent's best songs, if not his best song by many fans, and is one of his many well-known and recognizable songs, even in rap in general. Which is, that last part is true. That last part is definitely true. So here's a little bit of background behind In the Club. After 50 Cent was discovered by Eminem in 2002, he flew to LA where he was introduced to record, obviously to Dr. Dre rather. In the Club was the first of 7 tracks we recorded in 5 days with Dr. Dre. Eminem described the studio session saying, and I quote, "Dre, he'll play dope beats. These are the hits, 50. So pick one of these and make a couple of singles or something." And he was quoting Dr. Dre. Continue on with 50's quote, "The very first time he heard," and then, he heard In the Club, he said, and I quote again, "Yo, I didn't think you was going to go there with it, but it works." And quote up Dr. Dre. But continuing on with 50, he was probably thinking of going in a different direction with that song. Then he expanded it into a hit record. Now, okay, that end quote, that end our quotes right there. The production was originally given to the hip hop group Die Tryin, but was passed on to 50 because the group did not know how to approach the song. He recorded the track with only the drum beat present. Since much of the content on Get Rich or Die Tryin was dark, he wanted to write material that was the exact opposite. He called the song a celebration of life. Every day is relevant all over because every day is someone's birthday. Now let's I'm afraid to look at the charts here. I'm really am. Now obviously there was a music video for this, but we also got a lawsuit here. In January 2006, 50 Cent was sued for copyright infringement by former 2 Live Crew manager Joseph Rainberger, who owns the rights to the Rap Crew's catalog. He claimed that 50 Cent plagiarized the lines, and I quote, "It's your birthday," from the second track of former 2 Live Crew frontman Luther Campbell's 1994 album Freak for Life 6996, also simply known as Freak for Life. The lawsuit was dismissed by U.S. District Judge Paul Huck, who ruled that the phrase was a common, unoriginal, and non-copyrightable element of the song. Many remixes for the song has been made by artists including Beyonce, Mary J, P. Diddy, Lil Wayne, and many others who rapped their own versions over the song's instrumental. And apparently Beyonce recorded a remix version of it called Sexy Little Thug. Wow, that's interesting. Now, let's get to the charts. Oh my gosh. Okay. But this is easy. It's a lot, but this is easy. I'm going to tell you why. Let me get some of these random numbers out the way first. The Austria charts, number 3. The Ultra Top 50 Flanders, number 2. It was 4th on the Ultra Top 50 Wallonia. It was 43rd in the Brazilian singles charts. It was number 8 on the Finland charts. Wow, that's new. 16th in the French charts. Number 3 in the Greece charts. 16th again, but in Hungary charts, excuse me. Number 9 out in Italy. 2nd in the Netherlands charts. 3rd in the Norway charts. 4th in the Sweden charts. 3rd in the UK singles charts. Now, everywhere else is number 1. Australia, Canada, Denmark, Germany, Ireland, New Zealand, Switzerland, UK R&B. Now, I'm going to call that R&B. Anywho, US Billboard Hot 100, US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs, US Mainstream Top 40, US Hot Rap Songs. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now, by the end of the year, it was number 5 out in Australia, 37 in Austria, number 9 in the Ultra Top 50 Flanders, 13th in the Ultra Top 40 Wallonia, 57 out in France, 10th in Germany, 3rd in Ireland, 8th in the Netherlands, 4th in New Zealand, 10th in Sweden, 8th in Switzerland, 13th in the UK singles, and number 1 in the US Billboard Hot 100, number 1 in the US R&B/Hip Hop Songs, and number 1 in the US Rap Songs. By the end of the decade, it was 55th out in Australia, 24th in the US Billboard Hot 100, 30th in the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs, and 5th in the US Rap Songs. And yes, it did get certifications, obviously. It was double platinum out in Australia, gold in Belgium, Germany, Sweden, and Switzerland, double platinum in New Zealand as well, and it was regular platinum in the UK and the US. Now, the US one, that's very interesting. It didn't make double platinum like Australia and New Zealand did. That's kind of interesting there. All right, so that's In the Club. So let's move on from In the Club to 21 Questions. which features Nate Dogg. I really love this song. I forgot all about that song until I was listening to this album. I'm like, oh snaps, I forgot all about this song. So this song came out April 29th, 2003, and it became his second #1 song in the US after In the Club. It reached number 6 in the UK singles charts, while In the Club was only at number 23, giving him the rare feat of having 2 singles in the top 30 at the same time. And the track was sampling elements from Barry White's It's Only Love Doing This Thing. This was the only single from the album to not have the parental advisory sticker on its cover, which is very interesting considering this is 50 Cent we're talking about here. When producer Dr. Dre worked with 50 Cent on his debut album, he did not want the song on the album. According to 50 Cent, and I'm quoting 50 again, and then I'm gonna quote Dre in it, so bear with me. Dre was like, how you gonna be gangster this and that and then put this sappy love song on? 50 responded saying, I'm 2 people. I always have to be 2 people since I was a kid to get by. To me, it's not diversity, it's necessity. Now, there was a music video for this, and I did see the music video, and there's a remix for this. Obviously, remixes rather. So, obviously, Nate Dogg, Monica, Free. You remember Free and Lil Mo? You remember Lil Mo? All of whom have either rap or song their own verses over the song's instrumental. And there's another remix called 21 Answers, which is done by Lil Mo and Free. Now, if you don't know who Free is, she's the former co-host of 106 in Park, and that was when 106 in Park was like really good. And look at this. Oh no, that's the remix. The remix charts like that. Now, the charts. It was number 4 out in Australia, 39th in Austria, 37 in the Ultra Top 50 Flanders, 36 in the Ultra Top 50 Wallonia, 5th in the Canada, 18th in Denmark, 20th in Finland, 58th in France, 35th in Germany. I'm sleepy. 15th in Hungary. I'm really sleepy. Hungary, yeah. 11th in Ireland, 8th in the Netherlands and New Zealand, 15th out in Norway, 34th in Sweden, 14th in Switzerland, UK in the UK R&B charts, 6th in the UK singles, 6th in the US mainstream top 40, number 1 in the US Billboard Hot 100, US Billboard Hot R&B/hip hop songs, and number 1 in the US Hot Rap Songs. And that's that for 21 Questions. It did not get any certification. I'm kind of shocked at that because that was a really good song. So for it to not have any certifications of any kind, I kind of find that hard to. Yeah, it did. I thought so. So RIAA, they got a gold by the RIAA. ARIA, they gave it a platinum. The BPI, they gave it a silver. So why was that not listed on the actual song page? That makes no sense to me. I did not see that. I do not see that at all on the actual song's page. But if I were to look at his list of singles, it's there. Oh well, let's move on to the 3rd single, which is called Many Men Wish Death. This one came out May 6, 2003. Now there's a music video for this. I might have seen this one, but yeah, you know what, I did see this. And the charts is very easy. US bubbling under R&B/hip hop singles, 11. And it was gold in the US. That's it. And like I said, there was a music video for this. There's no background info on this song right here. So yeah, let's move on to the 4th and final single, which is PIMP. This song came out August 12th, 2003. And there was a music video for this as well. Oh my gosh, the charts. Number 2 in Australia, 12th in Austria, 10th in Belgium, 26th in the Brazilian singles charts, 18th in Canada, 5th in Denmark, 10th in Finland, 25th in France, 5th in Germany, 7th in Hungary, 3rd in Wait, there's 2 of them. So 7 in the Radio's top 40. I gotta say it like that because there's an accent mark over the O. And 3rd in the Dance top 40, both under Hungary. I'm probably saying that country wrong, so bear with me, I'm sleepy. 7 out in Greece, 4th in Ireland, 10th in Italy, 8th in the Netherlands, 2nd in New Zealand, 4th in Norway, 2nd in Romania, 8th in Sweden, 4th in Switzerland, 3rd in the UK R&B chart, 5th. Okay, anyway, 5th in the UK singles, 3rd. Oh, this is funny. Number 3, number 2, number 1 in the US Billboard Hot 100, the US Billboard Hot R&B/Hip Hop Singles and Tracks, and the US Billboard Hot Rap Tracks in that order: number 3, number 2, number 1. That's why that's funny. And did it get any certifications? This page don't say it. I don't believe that at all. Cause PIMP is another popular 50 Cent single, so there's no rating. Matter of fact, here it is right here. The RIAA gave it a gold, ARIA gave it a platinum, BPI gave it a silver, and RMNZ gave it a gold. And actually, shouldn't there be one more? There is one more single, If I Can't. So that's the 4th single. So my fault, I ran out of order there. So yeah, there you go with that. If I Can't was his 4th single. That one came out September, a month later, September 16, 2003. And this song is one of 4 on the album to be produced by Dr. Dre. So there you go with that. And there's a music video for this as well. The charts, yeah, I expect them to be not as big. 22nd out in Australia, 39th in Germany, 56th in the Hungarian, 10th in the UK singles charts, 76th in the US Billboard Hot 100, and 22nd in the US Billboard Hot Rap Tracks. So yes, with all the singles and all the charts out the way, let's get on with my favorite tracks off this album, because just like last week, I'm pushing that 30-minute mark. So starting from the worst track off this album, and again, just like last week's with the Massacre, there's no bad track on this album, but I had to go from worst to first. So the worst track on here is PIMP. Is it a classic track? Or let me rephrase that. Is it a classic single? Yeah, it's a classic single. Is it 50 Cent's, one of 50 Cent's most recognizable singles? Yeah, it is. But it's the worst song off of this album. But again, it's not a bad song. But again, compared to the other songs on this album, it's the worst one. So don't say, oh man, he think PIMP sucks. No, I do not. It's just not better than the other songs on this album. That's it. So moving on. Don't Push Me. The beat is decent at best, so that's why it's that low. Followed by Life's on the Line, and this one sounds like a Locks beat, and the beat itself is alright, you know, nothing special. Then we move on to more really good songs. I'll say that. Okay, Bloodhound, and this one's interesting because if you listen to the beat, which features your Lloyd Banks, by the way, Young Buck, excuse me. Bloodhound sound like an old school Cash Money or No Limit song, especially with that snare. You would have heard that snare there. You would have thought this was a No Limit joint or an old school Cash Money joint. So we're talking like the Hot Boys and the Big Timers days. Moving on, Like My Style featuring Tony Yayo, followed by Poor Little Rich. Next up is Wanksta, followed by Patiently Rating, featuring Eminem. Next up is If I Can't, Then You're Not Like Me. And that one sound like something that the Locks would use, or a member of the Locks would use, by the way. Many Men, obviously, that was very good, without question. Gotta Make It to Heaven is really good, to be honest. And of course, In the Club. In the Club is a classic single, classic track, dog. Like when you hear that joint, ironically enough, In the Club, everybody gonna be dancing to it. It was that hot back then, dog. And it's been hot for a long time. So, with all that out the way, let me give you guys my top 5. 5th best track off this album, Heat. Now, this one's pretty cool because a gunshot is used as a snare here. Now, yes, that has been done before, but it's rare. It's like very rare, especially for me to hear a gunshot to be used as a snare. And then you got like the cop back sound, that part, like right before the snare came up. So it's not like, oh, that part's the kick. No, there's an actual kick drum in there, but the beat is pretty cool. I like the song right there, man. So yeah, Heat, 5th best track off this album. 4th best track off this album is Back Down. Back Down was really cool. I like that track as well. Followed by High All the Time, 3rd best track off this album. And I'm gonna have to listen to that one more often. That one was really good, High All the Time. Second best track right off this album, What Up Gangsta. That joint is hype as heck, dog. Oh man, when that joint used to play in the club, man, you can't. And this is like an unofficial single, though, because that one got some radio play as well. But What Up Gangster, man, that one is one of my favorite 50 songs right there. But the best song off this album is 21 Questions featuring Nate Dogg. That joint, man, that's one of those mellow out joints. You know, I like the mellow out joints, but this is one of his singles, though. And when I first heard this, I'm like, yo, man, this is dope as heck. And back then I liked it. Well, no, I take that back. Back then I really liked it, but back then I wouldn't say this is one of my favorite 50 Cent songs, just like, you know, unlike some of the songs that was on the Massacre. But now listening to it at the soul, it's been a while since I heard 21 Questions. It's up there. It's really up there now, man. 21 Questions, dog, the best song off this album. So with that out the way, let me give you guys my, well, not mine, but let me give you guys some professional ratings. So Metacritic gave it a 73 out of 10. They are harsh, right? AllMusic gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Blender gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it a B. The Guardian gave it 3 out of 5 stars. LA Times gave it 3 out of 4 stars. Pitchfork Media gave it 7 out of 10. Q gave it 4 out of 5, as did the Rolling Stones. USA Today gave it 3 out of 4 stars, and XXL gave it 5 out of 5. So, what do I think about this album? Well, we finally got it out the way. Outside of some of his newer stuff like Animal Ambition, and we still don't know when Street King and Motor supposed to be released. I don't know if it's supposed to be released this year or whatever, but I believe I heard Before I Self-Destruct. And again, I have not heard Animal Ambition, so I don't know how that is. But I have heard of his first, at least his first 3 albums that were released officially, that is. And I'm gonna have to give Get Rich or Die Tryin 4.5 out of 5. Same rating as the Massacre. And this one, you should have a physical. And you know what? I don't have a physical. Like I said, this is my first time hearing this album. I don't have a physical copy. But I may have to change that, get a physical copy of this album. You need to get a physical copy of this album. It should be in your collection, because it is that good. So, which leads us to the question, which album's better? Get Rich or Die Tryin or The Massacre? It's a close one. It really is. Because with Get Rich or Die Tryin, you got 21 Questions. You got What Up Gangsta. You got some of his, really, you got his more classic singles like In the Club, Wanksta, if you can call it a single, PIMP, If I Can't, that's another classic single of, you know, that he's known for. Many Men was good as well. But as far as like his best track, 21 Questions, What Up Gangsta, to me, right there, along with High All the Time and Back Down in Heat. And then when I look at The Massacre, on the other hand, like the singles in comparison, the single doesn't really compare to Get Rich or Die Tryin. Yes, he do have Disco Inferno, Candy Shop, just a little bit, and I don't know about Out of Control, but he do have also This Is 50. Oh yeah, and Piggy Bank, he also got that as well. Ski Mask Ray, A Baltimore Love Thing, and God Gave Me Style, and of course Hate or Love It G Unit Remix. So, although Get Rich or Die Tryin have the singles to back it up, so listen to the singles. You had to get the album back then. I just didn't, because at the time I wasn't. Well, I wouldn't say that. I don't know why I didn't get this album back then, but The Massacre to me have more legendary songs. They have more of my favorites. Like I said, A Baltimore Love Thing, Ski Mask Ray, God Gave Me Style. Those 3 are like my all-time favorite 50 Cent songs, and those 3 are my all-time favorite songs right there. Combine that with This Is 50, with Hate or Love It G Unit Remix, and it's tough. But you know what? I would have to give the slight edge to The Massacre, because again, when you have 3 of my all-time favorite songs on in your album, in comparison to Get Rich or Die Tryin, which only have 2, I gotta give you the nod. So The Massacre to me is 50 Cent's best album, but barely. Cause Get Rich or Die Tryin is really, really good, and both of them better than Curtis. Curtis was good too, but Get Rich or Die Tryin, barely the second best album 50 Cent done behind The Massacre, in my opinion. So with that out the way, man, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. Now see y'all next time. Yeah.